What's up, everybody? Today I want to go over some pretty cool methods on chopping up samples on the MPC Live. This actually would work on any of the MPC Lives. One thing that I always praised on the MPC X SE was the fact that when you're chopping up samples and you're in your sample edit, you're able to use the encoders to dial up your start and end points, and just being able to physically sample and chop up your records with these knobs is so fun on the MPC X SE. Well, on the MPC Live, and I believe you could also do this on the MPC One, you could have a similar workflow. I'm going to go through in this video and show you guys, and also I want to talk a little bit about this touch strip, super cool configuration settings that I was able to tap into. Let's get right into it. All right, so we got something in here, and let's say some of these chops were not perfectly executed. Or some of them, the start point is not as good as I thought it'd be. If I go to my track edit, go to sample, I'm able to zoom in right here with these Q links. If you hold down Q link, you see all the functions of these Q links. The first Q link, it gives you the start, the end, so on and so on. The second Q link, it gives you all this. And then the fourth Q link, you'll see that there's a zoom function right there. I want to go into the fourth Q link so I can zoom in and zoom out. If I want to just adjust the start point of that individual slice, I could use this dial knob and the zoom knob right here to precisely adjust the start point of each slice. Check this out. If I want to zoom out, you can zoom out, zoom back in, and then just start dialing up your start and end point. That is awesome. That right there gives me the same feel as I would have on the MPC X SE. I'm new to this. I didn't know how I could combine these two together. Maybe some of you have been doing that already, but as soon as I was able to chop up the start point of each slice with this dial knob and my Q links, just having my fingers right here, zoom in, adjust, zoom out, zoom in, adjust, zoom out. Just this right here, these two, I can chop up records all day long, and it's so comfortable being able to have that right where I need it. I'm going to go right here to global. We're going to pitch this down. Let's go down about -2 semitones. Let's do that into a clip. Let's record that into a clip. Ooh, how many bars is this? I got to get this at least 2 bars. Let's do this again. Yeah, there you go. Let's go ahead and create a brand new track. And on this track, let's go into our browser. I got some pretty cool one-shots right here. I like this kick, this snare. I'm going to use a step sequencer and lay down this kick. Let's actually go right here on the clips. Is at 1 bar. I'm going to create that clip. And for the kick, just going to be right here and right here. And then the snare, let's put it here and here. And this is all we have. Oh, let's hit play. Yeah. Nice. And you hear the bass on that sample is like do-dun, 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 do-dun. So I want to add a pre-kick every time it goes do-dun, do-dun. So I think a pre-kick would be cool And the pre-kick, I'm going to just turn off TC, and I'm going to freestyle that pre-kick. Overdub. Ooh, that was horrible. Let's undo that take, and let's do this again. Much better. Now let's add some hi-hats. Overdub that. Nice. That hi-hat, the first one is a little off. Let's nudge that over. This one right here. Cut. As you see, I'm using the combination of the step sequencer, a little bit of live performance as I'm recording, but that pre-kick, I could not nail it with my natural groove, so I used a step sequencer and nudge those a few samples to the right. So check this out. If you want to lower the volume of a certain track, how do you do that? You open up your channel strip XL, and you can hit that button, and you can lower down the volume or raise up the volume of a specific track. What if you want to lower down the volume of a specific pad within the track? Well, you would have to close that XL strip, and then right here, go from the program view to the single pad view, and then open up the channel strip XL, select the pad, and then lower or raise up the volume. So much bouncing back and forth, clicking around. It's quite annoying. I don't like that. I wish I could just lower down the volume using some type of fader, right? Well, what's really cool about having the MPC Live Mark III is this channel strip, or the touch strip that you have right here. You could configure this touch strip to do whatever you want. Well, not anything, but you can make it do some pretty interesting stuff. If you press and hold, this touch strip can change its function. You could adjust the track level with that touch strip, or you can adjust the pad level with that touch strip. I like this a lot because when I'm laying down drums and I have a drum program, I usually just record it. The hi-hats are always way too loud. The snare might be too loud, and I need to adjust, give it a rough mix. Well, now, if I leave it like this to the pad mix, I could just hit play, select the hi-hat, lower it down, the kick, lower it down, the pre-kick, lower that down. Yeah. Snare. Perfect. All right, so like little knacks like that with the encoder knobs and this dial knob with the touch strip. It's little functions like that that make the beat making process so fun. We're going so nerdy into making beats. I know for people that are not into what we're into, they probably just think about like, yeah, just make a beat, put some drums, sample, and chop it up and call it a day. That is fun. That is possible. But once you get so deep into this whole entire art, I feel like the process on how you get from the start to the end result, whether it is unlocking new features with a touch strip, how to use these to adjust the sample chops, it makes the process so fun. And I think that's why whenever Akai releases a new update or there's a new MPC, we're always so intrigued on just seeing how they could enhance the whole process of how we make music. At least for me, I enjoy the process of making music more than just listening to the end result. I don't know if you are similar to me, but the process of this beat making journey is why I keep coming back. The end result, sometimes I don't like my beats. Sometimes I'm like, I don't like the sound of this beat. But I had so much fun making the beat. So I hope you guys got something out of this video. Guys, thank you so much for being a part of this channel, for just hanging out with me. It means the world to me. I always say this, and I don't think I'll ever get tired of saying it. Thank you guys for hanging out, being a part of everything that I do. I'll catch you guys on our next video. Peace.